You have to think in terms of I am subject to aging. I have not transcended aging. Now that is something that you have to meditate on that. I am subject to disease. I have not transcended disease. I am subject to death. I have not transcended death. So you have to think about that. Not just to read it. You have to think about it. All that is near and dear to me is subject to change and separation. So when you think of that, you have to think of that as a thing that is happening to you. Not just reading like a parrot. That is useless. All that is near and dear to me is subject to change and separation. When these things are changing and separating, all that is left is my emotional state. My emotional states makes me unhappy. By depending on changing external conditions for happiness, I experience sorrow and unhappiness. While not depending on these external conditions for my happiness, I cultivate dispassion, compassion, happiness and tranquility. I gain true happiness. Pleasure is stimulation of the senses. Happiness is a state of mind free from selfish emotions. So it's not just reading that, you have to reflect on your own life. You have to think of whatever you have experienced in the past and whatever you are experiencing now. Compare this to your own experience. Then you go on to think about the job. My job is dependent on conditions. Because it is dependent on conditions, it is unstable. Because it is unstable, it is uncomfortable. Because it is uncomfortable, it is not under my control. Because it is not under my control, it is not mine. Because it is not mine, it is not myself, nor a part of myself. So you have to be thinking about that, not just reading it. Then your social status is dependent on conditions. Because it is dependent on conditions, it is unstable. So you may be feeling that your social status is great, or you may be thinking that it is not great, and you may be unhappy about it. So whatever it is still dependent on conditions. And what is dependent on conditions is unstable. So what is unstable is uncomfortable. So that is how you have to think about it. It is not under your control. Therefore it is not yours. Now what is not yours is not mine, not myself, it is not myself. So you have to keep on thinking about this. That is, meditation is not just concentration. So these are two kinds of meditation that you have been doing. One is to just keep on watching what is going on inside. But this time you are thinking about the realities of life. So if you don't do that, then you can't benefit from the meditation. This is why you have to keep on doing that. So continue that meditation. It's not just reading and throwing it away. You have to be thinking about this, comparing what you read with your own life. You have to relate it to your life. So you keep on doing that and observe what is happening to you as you keep on thinking about this. You have to go through this whole number of pages. It's not just reading and throwing it away.